Hare Krishna. My name is Kripasira Das. This is Risham Das. We're students at the Bhaktivedanta Academy, and today we would like to share a few points on deity worship. So, a lot of the times we hear, especially in the day and age, of devotees sticking to chanting the holy name. That's like the main thing, so that's why we don't need to do deity worship. And sometimes people wonder, like, what's the point of deity worship really? If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established chanting of the holy name,
An easy method.
a very easy method, why do we need to perform deity worship? Deity worship was the Yuga Dharma of another Yuga, not of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, Yuga Dharma is chanting of the holy name. So why do we need to do deity worship? Well, there are a couple of reasons, of which I will personally speak on. One is that when we chant the holy name, for us, for neophytes who, especially Prabhupada mentions for grihastas, it's hard to chant the holy name and to feel personal, because at the end of the day, the holy name is spiritual, but unless you realize that it's not different from Krishna himself, you'll feel like you're just chanting some words. Deity worship, when you have a physical form which you can see, you can perceive it much more better. And for us, as I said, for us who are more fallen, it's very important that all our senses are engaged, because that's just a conditioning of the living entity. We don't believe what we don't see. What do most atheists say? How can there be God? I don't see God. To some extent, that mentality is in us also. Unless we see it, it doesn't exist. So if we try to just focus on the holy name, then the chances are we're not gonna do very good. And Prabhupada specifically mentions deity worship and stresses deity worship for grihastas, because grihastas are very busy maintaining their family, and if they were not to perform deity worship and they were just to chant japa, then they wouldn't get very far, because their japa, they'll start getting distracted from japa, because they have to take care of family, take care of wife, take care of children, go to work, make sure the house is clean. There's so many things to do. But if you have the deities there, then everything that you do in the household can be connected to the deities. You can make sure that the house is clean so the deities see a nice place. Make sure the family is well fed so they can serve the deity nicely. It's much more personal. It's much more connected, because the deities are always there. You can constantly see them, and you worship in the morning. It's much more personal. Whereas if you're on the level, you can just chant, great. But a lot of people can't do that. And if you're grihasta and you try to do that, then the chances are your family life is just gonna turn into grihamedi life, because you're gonna be distracted from the main point. If you can do that, then that's great. But Prabhupada stresses that a lot of us can't do that. So that's why deity worship is so important. Rishan, what do you think about it?
I think in Gurukul we also do deity worship, and it's very elaborately and practically made so that we could all learn all the different types of pujas, and also how to dress and how to worship shalagrams, how to clean the altars. We start off with how to do Mangalarti, and we have a rotation there. We start off Mangalarti, and then we go through all the altars, and we learn how to wipe the deities, and there's like different rules we apply so that we can teach it out to other people when we go outside preaching. And then we go around and we get to dressing Vinoji. Vinoji is our main Krishna deity. He's made out of stone, and we learn to put different types of turbans on and dress him in nice ways. And then we go to shaligrams, and in shaligrams we learn to oil, how to properly handle deities. Well, there was one Brahmana worshipping shaligrams a very long time ago, and he was worshipping shaligram every single day for 20 years. And only after 20 years he realized that what is perceived as a stone, as from a material point of view, was actually the Supreme Lord. So because of that conscious effort that you're dealing with the Lord, he was able to understand that he's actually dealing with the Lord, with Krishna. And that's what's interesting about puja, is that it also makes us understand that. It makes us understand that we're actually dealing with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his deity form. And it's not just made out of metal or stone, it's actually the Lord. And all these different rules that are given there, they just make us more and more subtle, more conscious about what we're doing. And then we apply that in our daily lives, and we connect everything to Krishna. then we know our whole life is based around Krishna consciousness. And Krishna consciousness is what takes us out of this material world. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.